If you saw her walking down the street in Manchester, you might mistake her for a runway model or a fashion influencer. The camera loves her. She has the style, the presence, and the charisma that brands dream of. But make no mistake, Dakota DiCeva is not in the business of looking pretty. She is in the business of dismantling human beings. In a sport filled with tough women, she stands out not just because of her marketability, but because of her violence. She doesn't just win fights, she breaks wills. They call her dangerous for a reason.
Dangerous! Dakota DiCeva!
When the cage door locks, the smile vanishes and something primal takes over. She possesses a level of striking savagery that is rare even at the elite level. We are talking about knees that find the liver with surgical precision, elbows that slice through defenses, and a clinch game that feels like being fed into a wood chipper. For years, critics said she was just hype. They said she was too pretty to be a real fighter. But 15 fights later, with a belt around her waist and a trail of broken opponents behind her, the world has learned the truth. Dakota DiCeva is the future of women's MMA.
Dakota DiCeva with the finish!
But when I'm in the cage, that's all they see. But the truth is, I'm always a little bit dangerous.
Dakota DiCeva with the finish!
To understand why Dakota fights the way she does, you have to look at her DNA. Most fighters choose this life. Dakota was born into it. Her mother is Lisa Howarth, a legendary world kickboxing champion who was feared in her prime. Dakota didn't grow up playing with dolls in a nursery. She grew up hitting pads in a sweaty gym in Manchester. She was absorbing technique before she could even read. This wasn't a hobby, it was an education. Her mother didn't coddle her, she forged her. Growing up under the tutelage of a world champion meant that Dakota's striking base wasn't learned in a 6-week camp. It was ingrained over 2 decades. She was fighting in Muay Thai competitions as a teenager, winning multiple world titles and developing a European style of striking, fast, upright, and aggressive, that would eventually become her trademark in the cage. She isn't just a fighter, she is a second-generation weapon. The transition from Muay Thai to MMA is historically difficult. We have seen elite strikers fail because they couldn't stop a takedown. When Dakota announced her move to MMA, the doubters were loud. "She's too skinny," they said. "Grapplers will maul her." But they failed to account for her obsession. Dakota didn't just dip her toes into MMA. She dove into the deep end, joining American Top Team to round out her game. Early in her career, you could see the difference. She wasn't just surviving on the ground. She was defensive, calculated, and impossible to hold down. But the moment she got space, it was over. She brought a level of clinch work that MMA opponents simply weren't ready for. In Muay Thai, the clinch is a battle for posture. In MMA, Dakota turned it into a slaughterhouse. If you grabbed her, you ate a knee. If you backed away, you ate a kick. She was solving the grappler versus striker puzzle by making sure no grappler wanted to get close enough to grab her.
Dakota turns early. Thai plum clinch. Oh, that's a big knee.
And Dakota turning up the aggression now. Man, and taking a step back.
Several times. Big kick again. Really working well, but caught that one straight through the middle.
Oh, what an elbow. And again. And again.
Dakota
Really.
These two young ladies know each other.
Once again.
Yeah, both looking for a little trip there. Oh, nice knee to the body. Follows it up.
You can see the thread going.
Oh, big man, another and another.
Impossible to get a fight.
In 2023, the Professional Fighters League launched PFL Europe, and they needed a face for the franchise. They found it in Dakota, but being the chosen one comes with pressure. She entered the tournament as the massive favorite, a position that crushes many young athletes. Instead, Dakota treated the PFL Europe cage like her personal playground. She didn't just beat her opponents, she bullied them. She tore through the bracket with a level of dominance that looked like a mismatch. Fight after fight, she showcased a killer instinct that is unteachable. While other fighters were happy to win by points, Dakota was hunting for the finish every single second. She capped off her European run by destroying Valentina Scatizzi, forcing a doctor's stoppage due to a swollen eye.
Another right hand there from Dakota DiCeva, banking an unbelievable first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mavhedi calls it.
It was a statement. Europe was too small for her. She was ready for the world. If you ask any fighter, they will tell you, a head knockout puts you to sleep, but a body shot knockout breaks your soul. Dakota DiCeva is arguably the best body shot artist in women's MMA history. It is her signature. Most fighters headhunt. Dakota hunts the liver and the solar plexus. Her finish of Lisa Malden was a masterpiece of cruelty. She trapped Malden against the cage and unleashed a barrage of knees and hooks to the body that forced Malden to crumble.
Kick to the face. Yeah. She had to slip it like a jab.
Good pressure here against the smart cage barrier from Dakota DiCeva.
Rips to the body by Ditcheva. Right back. Oh, big knee. She's in trouble.
That's the end.
She's in big trouble.
Potentially, she's hammering away. Referee was looking closely. Lisa Malden looked for a moment like she was going to be finished. But no blink in this woman. Another knee to the midsection. Left hand coming down from the stand back up. Over the body. More body shots. This one to the end.
It wasn't a lucky punch. It was a systematic dismantling of the internal organs. Then there was the finish of Chelsea Hackett, a hook to the liver that shut the body down instantly. This specific skill makes her terrifying because you cannot cover your head and your body at the same time. If you protect your chin, she breaks your ribs. If you drop your elbows, she takes your head. It is a pick-your-poison scenario that ends the same way, with Dakota's hand raised. 2024 was the year the training wheels came off. Dakota entered the PFL Global season competing for the world title and the $1 million prize. The competition level skyrocketed. She was no longer fighting regional talents. She was fighting veterans. First came Jenna Bishop, a high-level grappler who many thought would expose Dakota. What happened? Dakota stuffed the takedowns and smashed her.
For KO, I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
Beautiful knee from the palm. And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Bishop's in trouble.
Then came the final boss, Taila Santos. November 29, 2024, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The lights were brightest and the pressure was heaviest. Dakota DiCeva walked into the cage against Taila Santos and did the unthinkable. She didn't just survive, she dominated. The fight started and Santos tried to impose her will, but Dakota's clinch was immovable. She controlled the center, backed the Brazilian up, and then, in the second round, she went back to her bread and butter. She found the body.
She sneaks out of the sideline. Nice elbow inside. Dakota DiCeva. Santos is hurt. There's a couple. Santos is hurt. Santos not moving along. Has not yet. Nice elbows. Beautiful inside elbows. Santos is in trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota DiCeva to the body again for a championship.
A vicious sequence of strikes folded Santos, a woman who had never been finished like that. In that moment, Dakota DiCeva didn't just win $1 million. She became the first British female MMA world champion. She silenced every critic who said she hadn't fought anyone. She took out the boogie woman of the division. What's next? Should Dakota stay in the PFL or move to the UFC to fight the likes of Valentina Shevchenko? Comment below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like and subscribe for more videos on the world's best fighters.